Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Dishonored 2. And I had actually started over again because I screwed up too much with the disregarding stealth, and I decided to go ahead and just start again, picking up everything along the way and making sure I didn't get spotted and kill anybody. So we're going to pick up from there. Oh, and I also wanted to say, remember in the last episode I mentioned that the captain, she looked like an actress I was talking about. That was Adina, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, but Adina Porter. But apparently, actually, Rosario Dawson did the voice. But I wonder if, like, they actually modeled the captain after Adina Porter. Maybe she was originally going to do the voice, but then she couldn't do it for some reason, and then Rosario Dawson ended up doing it. So, because, you know, they like to model the characters after the actresses sometimes, so that's my guess. But I'm putting up a screenshot here so you can see. Let me know if you think that that looks like her to you. Alright, anyway, let's get started with the game today. Alright, so here we go.
You ready yet?
Yep, I'm ready. Ready and raring to go. Yeah.
Let's set out for Karnaka.
Look at that! Lethality, zero civilians killed, 0 hostiles, total killed 0! I was merciful and didn't kill anyone, so I got that goal, and ghostly never detected. See, I can play when I'm not being watched. Coins, 1358 out of 1490, so I didn't do that great on that, but I did get both paintings. And special actions, I did all the special actions. Pat myself on the back here. This reminds me of something. Dead Island 2.
Something's not right, but it seems familiar
Or
somehow.
Riptide, anyway. Riptide wasn't actually considered part 2, for some reason. What? That doesn't seem right. Everything looks normal to me. Except the door is blocked. Oh, now the back door is gone. Back wall. I remember this too.
Where are you? You might as
Come on,
well
Mr.
show
Outsider.
yourself.
Corvo, old friend. Do I even have to
Hey,
say?
buddy.
You've lost another empress.
It's not my fault.
Delilah was born a pawn, but now she's got the throne. 15 years ago, the assassin Dowd could have warned you about her if you'd bothered to ask.
Darn it, why didn't I bother to ask?
Too busy for questions. Times have changed, Corvo, and you haven't been watching the dark corners of the world. Maybe living in a palace has made you
What
so.
kind of protector am I?
What happens when you push a man farther than he ever thought he could go?
Stop showing me the poor whales.
And what happens when he tries to go home? Maybe you'll finally learn what it feels like to kill an empress.
Don't wanna.
Dowd could have told you about that, too.
I wonder if there's a way to remove the Empress from power without killing her. Is there a merciful way to end that? Here we will accept the Outsider's mark because I have no desire to go through this game without powers.
I felt this so long ago. The void. It was still there all along.
Yeah, so what's her name didn't take my mark for long. Although I gotta totally powered it up
Never
again by
thought
myself.
I'd be here again.
LT for blink.
Feels as good as I remember.
Oh yeah, and also the voice here, this is the voice of Garrett from Thief, the original voice for Garrett from Thief. And I was disappointed when the new Thief came.
Now I'm going to save my daughter and win back her throne.
They didn't use Garrett's voice. I missed it. Darn it. Okay, we're probably gonna have to cut some out because it's gonna take me a couple tries. No, it didn't take long at all. Yeah, I was disappointed when, hey, this poor guy. That was not a good fate. The new Thief game, they didn't use the original Garrett's voice, but I'm happy to hear his voice in this. Although, I don't like that they switched. I mean...
There you are, my love.
I know you. Do you remember?
Of course.
It's been so long, and you've been through so much.
I have.
Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Jessamine,
Always, babe.
if all I can hear are the last echoes of your voice, that's enough.
Oh.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms.
If only.
But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
Thank you, sweetie. Ah, why does it have to pulse? I wish I could turn. I don't like remote vibration because I'm always afraid that it's going to make the remote controller break earlier. Where is my marker? Where am I supposed to go? Can I climb up here? Okay, yeah. I'm an idiot. There we go. Room that away. Do not fall off the edge. Why is it that I turn into an idiot when I'm being recorded? I'm a terrible Let's Player.
Really? Jessamine's sister? Bearing the outsider's mark.
Doesn't look like her. Let's see. My god, look at this guy. Look at those lips. Whoo, and that nose. That's really something. Now this person is interesting looking. This person with the bandages on her face. I want to know about her. But I guess we're going to have to go after all these people. They're probably like all the bosses we're going to have to pursue later on. I don't really know, because I haven't read further about the game or anything, but we shall see. My precious.
There's no one quite like Delilah. I watched her pull herself up from blood and filth, until she was in a position to steal from the wisest scholars in the Empire. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes fawning sycophants of those around her, all of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower.
So, not a good lady.
Delilah's playing the long game. She took all the abuse the world could deal out, and now she has a crown. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
And that is... Yeah, don't tell me. Just tease me, why don't ya? Also, is it just me or does the outsider seem a lot younger than he used to?
Maybe I got lazy. Fell asleep at my post.
Clearly you did.
Somehow everything I love is at risk. Again.
That's what you get for not paying attention.
Last time I saw Karnaca, I was just 18, boarding a ship bound for Dunwall. It was dawn and I'd been up all night dancing 3 sheets to the wind. I was puffed up with the old Duke's favor, and I thought I was the greatest swordsman the Isles had ever known.
Maybe you were.
For over 3 decades, I've lived in a palace, watching over the people I love. I've had an empress die in my arms, and raised another from birth. Who would have thought I'd come back home, the most wanted man in the Isles, following the trail of a monstrous killer? What would that 18-year-old think of me now?
Well, it's not the first time he's done this. Run around as a wanted man trying to prove his innocence, and get revenge. Now, are we in reality this time? Anything in here? A zirconian guitar. Oh, listen to that melody. Ah, goodbye, Karnaca, a musician's farewell. 12th. Well, it was pure luck, but I managed to get myself passage to Morley aboard a decent ship. The Dreadful Whale, it is called. Is that a mistake? Shouldn't it be the Dreadful Whale like the sea beast? I didn't want to risk pointing something like that out to the captain, that foster lady. She looks like the sort to dump a disagreeable passenger overboard without a second thought. Yeah, she does kind of give off that impression. 14th. Goodbye, Karnaca. I won't miss you. Times are getting bad there. I don't know what's more unbearable, breathing mind dust all day or hearing the constant ramblings of Duke Luca Abel over the street speakers. Every bar I played in, some drunk asked me to sing a song, either making the Duke sound like a hero of the people or the opposite, the worst villain in a generation. I got sick of it pretty fast. It will take a few weeks to get to Morley, give or take some days. Well, a few weeks isn't exactly much of a specification in the first place, depending on the currents and winds, but I appreciate the company of Captain Foster and the other passenger, a Tivian scholar. I think. I try to help out around the boat as much as I can, cooking, cleaning, and repairing stuff, playing the guitar for them all night. I hope they don't throw me to the sharks when they find out I'm dirt broke. I won't be able to pay my fare when we reach Morley. Shouldn't they collect fare before you set off? 19th. Morley and food seems to suit Captain Foster. She likes the way I use lots of sugar and toss a sod of whiskey out into all my recipes, even if she groused at the end of the week for how many supplies I'd gone through. 24th. Spent the night on the deck with Meagan and Anton, though we slept in a chair nearby wrapped in a goat-haired blanket that looked like it hadn't been washed since it was on the goat's back. I played guitar while Meagan and I drank rum and whiskey, singing old Sarkonan ballads and giving silly names to the stars. She even hummed along with me when she got drunk enough, but mostly preferred just to listen. Said she had the same voice as someone she knew once long ago. Off and on, I hear her playing the same old audiograph in her cabin, making me wonder if that's who she was talking about. Maybe I'm feeling jealous. The 28th. What a fool I am trying to kiss Meagan. Oh my god. Down in the engine room. She didn't even yell, just smiled a sad smile, like you would at a child who still believes in night spirits. Tomorrow we'll reach Morley, and I'll disappear as quietly as I can. I decided to leave her my Sarkonan guitar as a souvenir. Ah, so that's what's on the desk. And the only payment I can afford. I hope she'll forgive me, and that she'll find whoever she's looking for. Now, I think the person she's looking for is no longer around, but that remains to be seen. We'll see. We're going to use the heart on her. Okay, got some stuff to read for you. Oh, what's this? Isn't that a boat that I picked up earlier? Can I not look at it? Nope, I can't look at it. Oh well. Travelogue. This is Corvo's notes from his adventures, I believe. Okay. New Year. For most people, a new year means renewed hope and promises. Me, I just hate the memories that get dredged up. Today, third day of the month of Earth, would have been Jessamine's birthday. We used to take a skiff out on the river before dawn, bringing a good bottle of sparkling wine, just to take a few moments to watch the sun rise together. Alone for a while before she got caught up in her duties for the day. All these years later, why am I still thinking about it? The anniversary. The worst time of year. These weeks leading up to the anniversary of Jessamine's murder, I run through it all again. If I'd just been there a moment sooner, or known more about Dowd. If I'd just been a bit stronger, faster, smarter. If. One moment she was here, then the next in my arms slipping away. Nothing I could do. Yes, I still grieve. The whole world still grieves. And so we mark the day she was murdered with somber speeches and trumpets. The month of harvest can't come soon enough. Okay. Edge of the world. Dishonored. Feels like it did all those years ago, Jessamine. And me just a moment too late. Now Emily, the switch Delilah, the most powerful magic I've ever seen. She tore away the outsider's mark and made Emily into stone. I will find a way to undo it, and to undo Delilah herself along with her accomplice, Duke Abel. Somehow I'll make sure they pay for what they've done to Emily. I've dealt with that weasel Ramsay for a start. But thanks to Delilah and the Duke, this whole empire thinks I'm the crown killer. But for now I'm on a boat heading away from Dunwall, toward my homeland. Seems absurd to write it down. The captain is Meagan Foster. Says she's friends with Anton Sokolov, the old royal physician. I have no choice but to trust her for now. We sail to Serkonos. At least it gives me time to think. I need to plan. I need to save Emily and pull Delilah from the throne she stole. The void. I'd almost forgotten the way it feels to walk in the void. That sickening sensation, like falling. Like being abandoned by everything you've ever known. And the outsider. Those dead eyes of his. Limitless. Black. Of course he offered me the same gift. I thought I might refuse just to let him know I won't be a part of his games. But then I remembered Emily, trapped by Delilah's magic. So I took it. Anything I can use against the Duke and Delilah. Anything to defeat them and save my daughter. If this gift comes with a price, I just hope it's not too steep. And what will this other gift cost me? Jessamine's beloved voice trapped in the same strange contraption that kept me company 15 years ago. I've been trying to forget it, but it's comforting to be able to talk to her again. And yet, it's not entirely the person I knew anymore. We finally arrived in Karnaca. I haven't seen the city in years. Nobody's waiting for me there, neither the people nor the Duke. I missed the letter from Corvo. Letter from Corvo. Mr. and Mrs. Mayhew, I am deeply sorry to inform you that your daughter, Captain Alexei Mayhew, was killed in action during the recent coup in Dunwall. Alexei was brave, loyal, and selfless until the end, as she always had been since the day she fought alongside the Empress and saved her from the carriage attack while they were just kids. Emily never had a better friend. It has been an honor to know and work with your daughter. Be assured that as soon as Emily is restored to the throne, and I swear she will be, I'll make sure that Alexei's death is properly memorialized. With all my sympathy, Corvo Atano, Royal Protector. I think that was Big Lips, right? So we cared about her enough to write to her parents. Limited resources. It's not what you're used to living in a palace, but this is all the coin I could scrape up. Anton and I operated on a tight budget, and guess what? Now you do too! Hooray! If it's not beneath you, pick up whatever valuables you find along your way. We'll need ammo and resources to take down the people behind the coup. Hidden all over the city, there are underground black market shops. Look for a symbol depicting two hands, which means there's a shop nearby. Follow the signs, they'll guide you. Buying from the black market is against the law, but it could make the difference against the Duke's military. Sokolov was working on this crossbow as a gift for you. If you need it modified, those shops can help with that as well. Meagan. Why couldn't she just tell me that? I mean, I'm going to be seeing her in a minute, right? New document, same document added to the journal. And let's explore. Alright, I'm going to be cutting out while I explore. Oh, first I'm going to read this maintenance list. Repair the things that got busted up in Anton's room when he was taken. It's been weeks now, no search. No, scratch that. Not until I bring him back home. As a show of faith that he will be coming back. Unblock the storage door, it looks like something fell on the other side, and I really need to sell stuff locked up in there to make some coin. Pay the port tax and the look the other way fees to those Grand Guard bastards before they wonder who my passenger is this time. I'll do it when I get the money. So that's the to-do list. Don't want to go in there yet. Is there anything else in the... Oh, a lovely toilet. Oh, this is the jammed door. Let me in! Why can't I pick up this screwdriver? It seems like it should be useful. I don't want to talk to you yet, Meagan. I need to look around. Give me a minute, okay, babe? Well, let's read this. The Shindeggeri Gift, a study by Amora Clipswitch. On the effect of the winds on the Karnacan landmass and resulting economic positions. Whale oil, liquid power. How astonishing that within these beasts, inside the oil harvested along with their flesh, was enough power to see the Isles through these tumultuous years, and it all seemed limitless. But now the lights begin to dim. Our fisherfolk say the great beasts are increasingly rare. Not all places will suffer this loss equally, fellow natural philosophers. Karnaca has a unique feature, the cleft in Shindeggeri Peak, through which the winds are channeled and amplified. As whale oil begins to run short, with the cost of finding the remaining leviathans escalating beyond the worth of the oil itself, Karnaca will find itself ascendant among the Isles. Lucky them, I suppose? Meagan, your kitchen is useless. This is where I need to go out. And go this way. I think? Yeah. This is the locked room. Crouch. Anything in the locked room? Plunder. And some book. No! Come back here! Come back here, book! How dare you fall on me? A reflection on my journey to the Pandician continent. 3. Where's 1 and 2? By Anton Sokolov, Chapter 15. At dawn I set out with a group that foraged east, and included 2 other natural philosophers and 4 crewmen. We used blades to clear the vegetation that grew thickly here, and slowly made our way away from the shore of a steep incline. Our purpose was to gather samples of the native plants for our research journals. I found myself pressing leaves and stems between pages, and taking copious notes on several species of flora I surmised no human had ever set eyes on previously. when suddenly Mr. Gravatt from the academy began hopping about and screaming wildly. Did he pick something bad? Chance had bade him pick an unfortunate place to step. Oh. Aggressive ant-like creatures swarmed him from below. So many in number were his tiny attackers that we quickly lost sight of him under their onslaught. Oh my god, that's a lot of ants. We finally managed to pull Gravitt from the insects, acquiring several painful welts, where we had come to his aid. Mr. Gravitt, however, was bitten, or stung, as I would eventually be discovered, so many times he was barely recognizable, swollen unto deformity over every inch of his person, moaning like a sick bull. He expired before we could carry him back to the beach. Luckily, some of the creatures still clung to him, providing me with precious samples. Oh my god, you're worried about the samples more than the poor guy who died. But that kind of seems like him. Anything else? Some incendiary bolts, those sound very useful. And empty bottles, which is no use. Why can't I unblock this door? It seems like it should be easy enough to move this plank of wood. But no. Fine. We'll go out the way we came. All the way back into the window. And I'll be back because I'm going to explore the rest of the ship before I talk to Meagan. And that's going to be really boring to you all. Although I will come back if I find some documents to read. And here we are, another document to read. Dreadful Whale Accounting. Oh, actually, that's nothing good to read. Never mind. Something about... And I don't understand this at all. 6 songs. Out 32 coins. Docking and late fee. Blah, blah, blah. I don't understand what the songs are. But, oh well. That's totally nothing interesting to read, so you all don't have to worry about that. Ah, and of course another document to read. Trying to fix the secondary engine. Anton, your idea of improving the head gasket sealing with guano coating is the worst you've ever had. I'll make you sleep in the engine room if you don't fix your mess by tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty bad idea. Meagan, if all investors were as delicate and short-tempered as you are, you and I would still be paddling around in carved-out logs. Meagan, I made some mulberry cake. It's my own recipe, improved by Tivian spices. I left it in the galley. Anton, where are you, old fool? I hope nobody hurt you. I'll find you, I swear. I miss you. Aww. And I have found a book called The Blood of Abel House. Chapter 4, Introduction. Why is the introduction in Chapter 4? This chapter will focus on Adithia Abel, steward of Calero. With sword in hand, she swept the marshes of raiders, sacrificing herself for Serkonos. We will provide newly uncovered insights into the exploits of Rabinos Abel, who built the ornate wooden bridges of Sagunto? Follow along as we map out the expansions occurring under the Abels, through which trade routes to other isles were established, bringing riches to the nation-state. Even as the waves of settlers continued to join Serkonos from Morley, the Abels balanced growth against Serkonan culture. In later chapters, we will detail the themes of Theodonis Abel, true son of Serkonos, brave and benevolent. He united the East and West as no other before him. Even the rowdy people of Bastilian swore loyalty to him. One isle, one Serkonos, united under House Abel. Lastly, we will settle on Luca Abel, who rules today, partaking in feasts and merriments of all kinds, bringing joy to our fair isle. He sounds more like a heathenist. But you make it sound good for your own book.
With that watchtower, the only way to get to Addermeyer is through the carriage station.
Well, at least you got some way to go.
Sokolov always seemed ageless. Not now.
It's gotten old.
As assassins go, the Crown Killer was messy, vulgar.
Should be obvious that's not me.
People afraid.
But it's a city on the way down.
Delilah's powerful. How is it possible I haven't crossed her path in all these years?
Good question.
Before I leave Serkonos, Duke Luca Abel and I are going to meet face to face, and he'll pay for all this.
Yep, I'll make sure of it.
Mortimer Ramsey, the entitled son of entitled parents. The Duke's coup relied on a weasel like you.
And now he's gone. So what he gets?
Sokolov's style. It's Delilah.
Anton started it just before he was taken. They've got history, but he wouldn't say more.
What kind of history could they have? That'll be interesting to find out later. I seriously think her voice sounds like she's related to the outsider. Why is all this stuff here and I can't do anything with any of it? so much. Another book? A reflection on my journey to Pandician Continent 1. Oh, we're reading these all out of order. By Anton Sokolov. Introduction. A colleague of mine owns a stunning map of the known world, adorned with curlicues and sea beasts. It has a cherished spot over her mantle. She paid handsomely for it, and was so bristled when I enumerated the various errors. Oh, why'd you have to point those out? Chief among them, of course, the size and placement of the Pandician continent. Oh, how cartographers are loath to show how small and distant our empire really is compared to that giant landmass, as if Pandicia were but a few days' journey from Erin. Every veteran ship captain knows that it takes months to reach those shores. I have no doubt that Pandicia was rich in resources. But a place must be understood if we ever hope to exploit its myriad treasures. These were my thoughts as I agreed to join the ill-fated expedition, and so it was, on the 3rd day of the month of Earth, under calm grey skies, the great sea vessel Antonia Aquila set sail with captain, crew, researchers, and myself, 38 of us total, for what would be the most terrifying and spiritually draining experience of my life. Well, we've got at least 2 more of those to find somewhere. Oh, I'm full of elixirs. Anything else around here? Ah, a new thing. Sokolov's notes. Bloodfly study. I've wondered whether... Oh yeah, instead of having the rat plague this time, we have bloodflies. So, no more rat swarms, but they are replaced by insects, which are infinitely more annoying, which you will see. I've wondered whether I have another book in me. The bloodfly epidemic, coupled with basic information on life cycle and behavior, might make an excellent project for this old natural philosopher. Bloodflies are exotic insects unlike anything I've found in Serkonos. I suspect they originated on the Pandician continent. In groups of 3 or fewer, they are harmless. Individuals won't attack, leading me to speculate that each emits a scent that has a collective effect on larger numbers of bloodflies. Bloodflies are attracted to rapid movement and sound, which is something we'll have to remember for later. Their nests can be broken apart, scattering the swarm, and in particular, the nests are quite susceptible to fire. Another good thing to remember. The insects require fresh corpses to lay their eggs, which hatch in breathtaking fashion after a very short time. I question your taste when you say breathtaking. More corpses in a Serkonan city, say during a crisis or plague, means more bloodflies. Oh, lovely. Interestingly, in the last part of a bloodfly's life cycle, they calm a great deal. Leaving the swarm, they molt, causing the wings to drop off. Afterward, each bloodfly lives a solitary existence. Very odd. Yeah, indeed. That's really weird. Bloodflies are largely restricted to the south, preferring warmer climates, unlike certain aging natural philosophers. That's cute. Do I want to break in there? I don't know if I want to break in there and kill those things. Oh, here we go, an audiograph to listen to.
Dearest Emily, or must I say, Your Imperial Majesty.
Yes, you must.
Something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown.
Yes, please, we need to know.
When I left Crystal years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters.
That was a good policy.
I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you.
Yes, more on that.
Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption.
Enough elaboration, just get to it.
Associate Meagan Foster aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Wave.
Yes, I know.
We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the ways we
Get to the conspiracy!
from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man.
Ah.
Have to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Meagan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
What does she want to do with him in private? But actually, that sounds like... I wonder if that's the bandaged-faced lady that we saw in the rift. Of course he just had to go into all this elaboration. He could just get down to it and tell us about the conspiracy. Why did he have to babble on? No helping it, though. I mean, it's part of the story. Anyway, Anton Sokolov's investigation notes. Why can't an old man enjoy his last years in a warmer climate, with good wines and spicy foods, without stumbling into another nest of aristocratic vipers, eager to coil around the heart of this empire? Just no getting away from it. As I've learned more each week for months now, I found my mind turning over the movements beneath the surface here in Karnaca. Duke Luca Abel, and some inner circle that even seems to include Captain Mortimer Ramsey of Dunwall City Watch, a betrayal that boggles the mind. How many others are involved? They aim their venom at our dear Empress, young Emily. That much is certain, but when will they strike, and how? Do I dare spend another month gathering stray bits of esoteric information, linking it together with what we already know? Can we even afford another week? Or should Meagan and I set out for Bristol tonight, taking this leaky tub up through the canal? Yeah, you should have taken action much sooner, or we wouldn't be where we are now. Corvo will not hesitate. He will act as soon as I hand over what I know, and if I'm too busy, it might be his undoing coming home to his naive Circonos without some critical piece of knowledge about this affair. And then there's the Crown Killer to worry about. If that fiend is part of Duke Abel's schemes, as I suspect, how long until the dreadful whale catches the Duke's eye? Not long, well, I don't know. Dreadful whale's never been discovered. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try... Wait, do I have something flammable around that I can throw at that? That would be much better than actually going into it. Oh, crossbow bolts, I missed those. Meagan, you got something flammable around here? No? Oh yeah, I do have those incendiary bolts. Yeah, we're gonna use incendiary bolts against you guys. Screw fighting ya. Haha. What? Okay, how did I burn them without breaking the glass? It's magic. There we go, dried bloodfly husk. Which is worth 5 coins, so totally worth it. Not really, because those incendiary bolts can be expensive. Let's, oh well, we'll probably pick one up sooner or later. Did I get everything? Alright, Meagan, what you gotta say?
Alright, you've explained part of it. What were you and Sokolov doing here?
Shacking up.
The old man loved Karnaca, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn you.
But it took too long. Babbling.
There were reports about tensions rising. Corruption. Street violence. It's the sort of thing that happens, and usually the local authorities resolve it.
But ours are kind of lazy.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual.
Really?
We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
What?
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute.
Not fast
It's
enough,
run by the
apparently.
alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermeyer was a solarium years ago. I'll get inside and eliminate the Crown Killer. Maybe the alchemist will cooperate, maybe she won't. Either way, I'll try to figure out what happened to Sokolov, too.
And
I
have
would
fun
say
doing
good
it.
luck, but I don't think you want my luck. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around.
Yes, ma'am. Sounds good.
We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
Okay, actually, we can use the heart to read a whole bunch of stuff about Meagan. So, that's gonna take a while. I'm gonna go ahead and spend the rest of the video doing that. So, if you don't want to hear all about Meagan's history, then you don't need to watch the rest of this video.
I can see why you like her. She's almost as secretive as you.
Almost.
Meagan Foster. She wasn't always a ship captain.
What was she before?
Pushed out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies. It was years ago. The two were inseparable. There was no food, but there was love. Those brief days on the street with her childhood friend. The happiest time she's known. Meagan? She can be trusted to a point, but I cannot see past the anger. That much rage can hide things.
Well, if it's only to a point, then you can't really trust her.
There was always hunger back then, on the streets of Dunwall. Hunger and fear. She learned to be brutal to survive.
You only have to look at her to see she's had a hard time.
Back in Dunwall, she almost killed the crime boss called Slackjaw. Once, while he was getting a shave.
Impressive.
Some nights, she wakes choking, hearing the screams of a young girl, watching her mother die. I can tell you that for years she was a smuggler, and worse before that. She has not always chosen her companions wisely, but she truly cares for Sokolov. I can feel it.
Was he her childhood friend?
I can see why she cares so much for Sokolov. Both of them are trying to atone for their past. But maybe there are things beyond forgiveness.
Like what? Elaborate.
I will not reveal.
Reveal them.
She may tell you in time.
No, you tell me.
It was not her hand that held the knife.
What knife?
Things would have been different for her if her young friend had survived the attack all those years ago.
Oh, so I guess that childhood friend didn't survive.
She was a woman formed of 3 fathers.
What?
A drunkard, a killer, and an artist.
So is that one father that had those 3 facets of himself?
She fell in with the wrong crowd many years ago in Dunwall. The things she did. She can't forgive herself. She was with them on that day.
Can you be any more vague, babe?
A man haunts her dreams, like a father to her. A man with a scar. He hides himself, even from me.
Is he still alive? Are we gonna have to deal with him at some point?
A greater destiny. Beyond Dunwall. Beyond Karnaka.
So, we're gonna be dealing with her for some time.
Secrets to tell.
Are you serious? Really? There's no more this time?
I told you all there is to know about this woman.
Are you sure?
You want me to point the way. Help you onto a path. Now,
But that's what you're here for!
let us be lost here together for a moment.
Well, yeah, that is rather romantic.
Press me for more. But I've already told you about her.
I'm just gonna keep doing it until we repeat stuff.
She has no more secrets that I can see.
Are you really sure this time?
I know nothing more about this woman. If she has any other secrets, they're hidden from me.
Nothing is hidden from you.
I've told you her secrets. Ask me no more. There's nothing more.
I'm just waiting for her to yell at us.
There's nothing.
Okay, now she's finally repeating herself.
Nothing of importance.
Alright, so that's it for this video. I know we didn't get a whole lot done, but like I said, this playthrough is all about reading the documents and everything, because most other people probably aren't reading the documents, and this game's been out for, I didn't start playing this at the very beginning, so everybody out there's probably pretty much watched somebody else's playthrough all the way through, so all I can really do for people is just read the documents, and I'll let you listen to my wonderful personality over the mic here. So hope you enjoy listening to the documents and getting those extra parts of the story that you might not from other people's playthroughs if you don't have a chance to play this game. And, oh yeah, so I'm gonna use this heart to read, interesting people's parts too. So yeah, if you know people who want to hear the extra lore in the story and the little extra story tidbits from the documents and everything, let them know they can listen to my playthrough. Hope to see you in my next video, or some of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.